This is a Your Farm Business podcast with Mike Krause of P2P Agri.
Our next guest on our podcast is Phil Dibben, or kindly known as Dibbo. Dibbo and I go way back in our banking days, and since that time, Phil has developed quite a significant business in financial advisory work for farmers and pastoralists. His company is called Financial Services SA. Recently, Phil took up using a powerful farm business management software called Plan to Profit Agri. So we're going to have a bit of a chat how he's found the software and what benefits that's brought to his farmers. Hi, Phil. How are you?
Thanks, Mike.
Phil, can you just give me an understanding of your business and the types of services you provide to your clients?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I guess I started out the business really wearing my banking hat and stepping back and sort of helping those clients with typically under $1 million worth of borrowings, with doing their budgeting and business planning and those sorts of things, because the banks have sort of stepped back from providing that, and even more so since the Royal Commission. So I guess it started out as being more of a consulting type service. It's really morphed more recently into estate planning and succession planning, as that's become more important to the client base. I guess to support those services, I also offer mortgage broking and financial planning services at the back end.
Okay, so it's a real full service.
Yeah,
and I guess you're seeing what your clients are wanting and broadening your services according to what's needed.
Oh, exactly. And look, many of my clients are pastoral based, so having the ability to sort of be the man over the kitchen table to tick all the boxes is one of the important things for them to be able to achieve, being able to do it from the comfort of their home rather than having to duck down to Adelaide, which is can be 4, 6, 8 hours away. It gets a bit tiresome at times if you've got something urgent on. You can't always do that.
Yeah, so Phil, I know you're located at Jamestown, but where are your farmer and pastoral clients generally located?
Pretty much all over the state. Yeah, we cover EP, YP, far north. There's pockets over in the Riverland. We've got financial planning clients in WA, Brisbane, Sydney. So we're pretty much broad spread. And I guess most of my interstate clients have got an association with South Australia. So it sounds impressive to be across the country, but in real terms, it's just through my local network, really, that those have the ability to extend beyond the borders, which helps drought-proof us if we have a shocker in South Australia. So
spread your own risk. Great, Phil. Phil's been using a cloud-based program called Plan to Profit Agri, which is really a financial planning and monitoring tool. Phil, how have you found the benefits of using that platform for your clients?
Well, Mike, before I adopted P2P Agri technology, I was very much a spreadsheet man. But the disadvantage of that was I would attend a GRDC conference and see some bright new whistle or bell that I could be adding into it. And so therefore I'd change my formulas or change something. So really being able to do a sensible analysis on a year-by-year basis became impractical, because I wasn't comparing apples with apples. Whereas the benefit of P2P Agri is that it's a consistent right through the essentials part of the system, looking backwards, and just as importantly, being able to marry or compare the forward-looking information that we create back to that essentials or the historical stuff. So it's really given me a consistent base to have a set of numbers that I can rely on, and that the formulas haven't changed every year, so we're not getting a different outcome. So we're starting to be able to draw some really good analysis and using that information to power on the businesses.
So it's helped save death by Excel, really?
Exactly, yeah. And look, it's a time saver as well. Like anybody knows that if you're playing with Excel, you don't touch it and just use it for what it's meant to do, it's okay. But if you're forever changing things, or you want to change one thing and all of a sudden there's 30 things you've got to change, it all takes time. Whereas with P2P Agri, it's more about getting things conceptually right in your own mind so that you follow the process. And it's really, a lot of it's data entry, but you can concentrate on getting the plan right, or understanding what the numbers are telling you, rather than trying to work out whether the numbers are right in the first instance.
How have you found your pastoralists and farmers responding to it?
Probably you had more uptake with the cropping clients. I think that was probably as much me, because I tend to class out in years the sheep and cattle, and so having them all lumped into one just was a little bit onerous. But now that I've got my head around that, getting more widespread. But the thing that the clients like about it is once we've got the base data in, I can pretty much plan out their budget. It's only a matter of really knowing if there's anything that's changing in the system, because once we've got the system down, it is really repeatable. With the cropping side of things, you can go paddock by paddock for as far out as you like, and having that cropping plan in place means that we're not spending time working out what we're doing in each paddock each year. We've already decided that at the business planning stage, and we've mapped that out over the next 4 or 5 years or however long we're looking. And so those year by year analysis of, well, if we buy this bit of dirt, what's it going to mean for our future cash flows? We know almost, well, not instantaneously, it's not that quick, but it's, if you've got the information in place, within 20 or 30 minutes, you've got 5 years worth of data that you can reflect on and actually discuss with the client at the kitchen table, rather than having to take it away and then come back another day to work it through. So being that visual, consistent piece of data, I find it invaluable that way.
Fantastic.
And then using it for a scenario analysis of if it was a good year or a bad year, what is that going to mean to the numbers? You can do that comparison. You can see what it's going to look like. Yes, we know a bad year is going to look bad. We know a good year is going to look good, but we can actually see what the numbers are going to fall out like and use that to then make some decisions. Or we need some extra flexibility with the bank. Let's approach them now. We know how bad it's going to get, and we've also forecast out our recovery plan when things turn. So, and that's a very powerful piece of information to be able to take.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, with the advent of the Royal Commission in Banking and their requirements of data and stuff like that, how have you found the platforms helped you with your clients' conversations, say with the bank for reviews or added lending?
I've had a number of clients come back to me and basically said that without the data that we were providing the bank, they wouldn't be farming anymore. Purely that the ability to forecast out multiple years with multiple scenarios provides the bank with the confidence that not only the advisors that are working with the client have some understanding, the clients can articulate because they've seen the data, they've worked with the data. All farmers know their inputs and what they're aiming to produce. They can communicate that really well, but having the ability to show the visuals of that through P2P with the scenario analysis is a really powerful tool for the lenders. I've had some lenders come back to me and say, well, that's far more information than I'll ever require, but that's always in a good year when things are going smoothly and the client's in no risk. For those clients that borderline with the limits, and it becomes very highly powerful. It gives them a chance to make the decisions themselves rather than having to wait for somebody to say, well, sorry, sunshine, you're at the end of the rope now. If you cross that line, you've got to do something about it. Well, it's too late then. If they can plan it out, still might be the same outcome, but at least they're making the decisions and not having somebody else make those decisions for them. And as we both know, that can be very traumatic.
And I guess the key is they're making the decision, not letting the bank make the decision for them. Plus, they're also going to the bank, understanding what the numbers are, and so the bank's got more confidence. They know financially how to manage their business.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a win-win in that scenario. Most farmers that you meet understand their business really well, but sometimes articulating that understanding down to spreadsheets and cash flows, the information that the bank's looking for, is not so easy.
Wonderful. Phil, that's given us a great summation of how you use the program and how your farmers and clients have responded to that. So thank you very much for sharing us your experience and knowledge, and all the best with your clients for the rest of this season.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for your time.
So in summing up, I think there's 5 key points out of this discussion. Firstly, the ease of use of Plan a Profit Agri. Secondly, advisors do suffer death by Excel. Using this program, we can stop that and we have more trusted calculations. The third one is farmer clarification on the financial performance of their business, shown mainly by the diagrams and charts in the platform. Number 4, confidence in putting the scenarios together, so those what-if decisions that farmers are facing. And number 5, more clear communications with the bank when it comes to financial reviews and submitting loans. So if this software sounds of interest to you, and you're an advisor or a farmer, check us out. Search for Plan to Profit Agri or P2P Agri, and we'd love to talk with you. You'll find a free demo of the software at our website. See you soon. Bye.